I recorded a quick short the other day showing this project file, and a lot of people seem to really like it, so I thought I'd do a quick little video kind of breaking it down, talking about how it was made. This is a really cool little like chill drum and bass track, and it started off with a Splice sample. And that sample that I pulled straight from Splice sounded like this. Really nice sample, nice and vibey, and I thought for sure I could make a cool little track around this. The sample was at 90 BPM. I stretched it a little bit because you see here we're at 172. I wanted to make a drum and bass track out of it, which even though that's a much different number, really that's only a little bit of stretching because 172, you know, if you split it in half, it's really close to 90, so I was able to kind of do something like that. And the way I started this track, I put that sample down, and then I needed to build something around it. I kind of went straight into like a little versey section here, where I added two additional things, which are the drums and a bass. So the drums I'm actually really proud of. I'm using Addictive Drums for them. I started off with this little fill into the drums here, and I think the drums just in general sound really nice. It took a lot of time to get this right, like this. I think these are really cool, like acoustic-y drums, but they hit nice and hard. And over here, on top of that and the other thing, we have this little bass line, which is, I think, 2 layers. Yep, we have here, this is our initial layer, sounds like this. You see, there's actually no sub bass in there. Usually I keep my sub and my actual bass in the same patch, but in this specific track, we have that layer and this one, which depending on which device you're listening to, you might not be able to hear, but this is the actual, like, low, rumbly low end that you'd hear on, like, a club system or good headphones or speakers. Those together sound like this. And let's demonstrate what that sounds like with everything else. We also have our side chain going on up here. So you'll notice if we play this, that's ducking for our kick. So there's that layer, which is going with our drums. And of course with our stem from before. So this was just like going into piano roll, finding what the root note is, and then doing little variations, and I wanted it to be like very 8-sy and jumpy. So that came together quite nicely. I have this go on for a little bit, and then I wrote a little drum fill, which transitions us into our next section. I thought this sounded pretty cool on its own. It's like this. Pretty cool. And that's leading into our kind of more droppy section, which has all of those same elements, but then a little lead line, which was introduced. So I'll play what that sounds like. Just a cool little melody that I just came up with really quickly to put it over, and I just thought that sounded nice, and it was just a nice little feel-good vibe. Now, something new that if you watched like the short, for example, you haven't heard yet, I just kind of put this together now. I did like a little drop 2 variation. So after that section, it goes into this little breakdown over here, like this. And this now builds up into a little synthy line that I wrote that goes over top the second drop. So I'll play that here now for you. So this goes like this. Right here, this is new. Then we go up an octave for the second half, like that. And then we bring in all of our layers, so like that pluck from the previous one, everything all together to make the kind of like ultimate little end to this here. So those new layers, let's talk about them. We have an additional bass layer to make it a little wider, so that sounds like this. That's going with this. There's this little synth. And over here. Which is being layered with this little pluck as well. Nice little bell sound. I thought that was pretty cool. So that's how this track came together, and this just like shows you here how like sometimes if maybe you want to write something, it's okay to use a splice sample. I don't think this track would have came together if we didn't have this one that I pulled, and it just kind of gave me the inspiration to write a whole track, which is really nice, and that's kind of what they're for. So I'm going to play the whole thing because, like I say, I got a lot of positive reception on this one. You guys seem to want to hear the full thing. So I'll end the commentary here so you could listen to it. Thank you so much for watching. Please do drop a like if this video has been helpful to you, and subscribe for future content from me. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. So again, that was the full track. I hope you did enjoy it. And again, I just wanted to thank you guys for all of the positive reception on this one. Really wasn't expecting it when I put together the quick little short just showing this little project file. You see, it's nice and simple. It's a very minimalistic project file just building on that sample. But I think it came together in such a nice way. And again, this is just kind of going to show you, like, if you ever want to use a sample, like, from Splice or something, go ahead and go for it, because you can make some really interesting things with that little bit of inspiration. This isn't something I normally would have been able to write, because, like, it just came together and it's a nice, chill vibe. I'm really happy with this one. But again, that does wrap us up here. If you learned something from this, again, drop a like and subscribe for future content from me. But I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in my next video.